Hello and welcome to the Anime Madness Wormhole. I am your host, HenDiddy, and I'm joined here today with my co-host, as always, Taco, the head of the Jaegerist.
Howdy doody.
We also got a couple special guests today for the Wormhole. We got Killer Coat 412,
I'm not so special, but I'm here.
and we got the Perv Master himself, Frankie Incarnate Pervy Sage.
Extra special.
I just realized, you having your PFP as Frankie now is actually perfect because your name is Pervy Sage in the Discord.
I just realized that.
I told him,
It
I
works
was like,
perfectly.
you guys were both Zorro. I was like, dude, Frankie's like your favorite Straw Hat. You might as well just make it Frankie.
I love that. The
Well,
scene
I
that
guess since mine is Itachi got him, I should just change my profile pic to Itachi.
well, no, his technically is still in line with Jiraiya. It just also does work with Frankie because he's one of the two pervs on the Straw Hats crew.
Well, for Taco, he's head of the Jaegerist, and he has fucking Aaron Yeager in there,
Yeah.
I think.
You could change it to any of your. You could change it to your favorite character, and we'll find a way to switch your name up. Like I just did with Sage. Either way, today's wormhole, we're going to be talking about the Anime Awards winners of 2024. Got some good ones, some not so great ones, and of course, some that we all knew was going to happen. You guys ready to hop into this?
Before we hop into it,
Should we start at
passing.
Should we start at the bottom and end off on Anime of the Year?
I know my battery's.
That's fine. But you know what we got to do before we start.
What's that?
Toriyama.
Yes. I was gonna make a video on my TikTok the day that it came out, but I decided to wait for the stream to say it. Very, very sad moment that happened. I'm still not fully recovered from hearing the news. I was in shock for most of the first day. And no matter how much you hear me rag on Dragon Ball or call Dragon Ball mid on this podcast or anywhere else if you know me outside of this podcast, I never deny any respect to that man. That man has all the respect I can give to somebody, because without him, two of my top 3 shows would not be here today, and anime would not be the way it is in the West at all without Dragon Ball. So I hope he's enjoying his time with King Kai out on Snake Way. And yeah, I don't know what else
to it, legend.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what else to
Same.
say myself.
No,
I'm
I will
still
never forget.
majorly speechless.
You can ask Sage. I saw the news and I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm. As Taco informed me about it, and I think the only thing I said to Taco, and then it was a couple hours I didn't talk to him, didn't message him. I was like, nah, can't be real.
It's real.
And then I went silent in our conversation for several hours because I was just speechless and in shock. And then
We have words.
the next day, I basically, so me and Taco were first talking about it the night of the 7th, which would have been the 8th in Japan. And that night I was in shock, speechless, and halfway through yesterday I was just broken. It finally set in, and the grief finally set in. I think I cried for a good 2 hours over it.
So when me and Taco and Sage were talking about it, whenever I was over their place, what was it, yesterday?
Yeah.
come find out that he actually didn't pass on
No,
the 7th.
it was on the
It was
first.
actually,
Yeah, I told him about that last night too. Insane.
and
Oh, I like that.
that was what, the night before we streamed?
2 nights before.
Yeah, it
2
was
nights before.
2 nights before. And yeah, Taco told me about how we made the comment of like if Dragon Ball, if like Goku were to die or Dragon Ball like officially ended, with how like Rengoku, Ace, slight spoilers, Gojo,
I remember that one.
but
I swear.
yeah, that's
Yeah, there were like massive like, oh, like we're stopping everything.
yeah.
Comes out a couple days later, we get the news of Toriyama. Insane.
Mm-hmm.
And we were saying all
Literally,
this. We had no clue.
we were just talking about our new series that we're gonna start instead of our, or new special that we're gonna start instead of our top
Okay.
16s that we're gonna do debate and destroy, and the first one was going to be Dragon Ball.
Are they still?
But that's gonna be more of just a honor. I honestly might push back whoever's top 16's next, and just do
Skeletony.
yeah, I don't know why I'm looking. I haven't pulled up yet. Tony's top 16 characters. We'll just get pushed back to the next one, and we'll move that first episode up to there.
Like,
It's crazy, and I was scrolling through TikTok on my lunch at work yesterday, and it's just full. It was full of it, and the amount of people in comments and other creators were making multiple videos like addressing these people that were disrespecting Toriyama because they didn't like Dragon Ball was insane. And I feel ashamed personally because One Piece is my number one, and a lot of these people that were disrespecting Toriyama are One Piece fans. It's like, and there are people saying like, "Oh, One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto still would have been a thing without Dragon Ball." I'm like, really? Because that was Taikubo, Masashi Kishimoto, and Eiichiro Oda's childhood was Dragon Ball.
Just like most of us.
What else was gonna fill that void? What's gonna fill that for those three to create the series that they made? Luffy is literally a direct inspiration of Goku. Like, what is filling that without Dragon Ball?
It's crazy. Like, to think about it, like, the mangakas of all three of those, childhood was Dragon Ball. And it just trickled down to even, like, us. Like, our childhood was Dragon Ball.
Yeah, because it got localized for their childhoods. That's when it was first coming out.
Yeah,
And then it got localized during our childhoods.
Yeah. They had the OG, then we got...
We got the localization.
And then we got...
Kai.
Insane. Oh, we don't talk about Kai and GT.
GT we don't talk about. Kai's not bad.
Kai's not bad, but GT...
Kai is Dragon Ball Z without the filler.
Yep.
So, either way, and then there was this one video I saw, and it was this dude, not even 12 hours after the news got broke, already uploaded a full like hour-long conspiracy video saying that Toriyama was murdered.
Yeah, like people are like some of it's pretty insane.
Like, come on. And you know what he had a basis off of? Because of how long they waited to release the news. It's like, no, they probably wanted to get the funeral and stuff done without mass hordes rushing where the funeral would be.
I believe the funeral's actually this weekend for him.
They might have had an actual family one already.
Oh, then maybe. I just
like,
saw
without having to worry about
on
the
night.
masses like trying to get into it in
Right.
the press.
Right.
And then they'll have like a full public one that will probably shut down Japan.
Oh, 100%.
But I don't got much more else to say on it.
No.
I'm still majorly speechless. Like, and I think it was just last week we were talking about it too, like how me and Cope would, I don't know if we were on stream for it, but we would go over to our one we would go over to our one neighbor's house and play Budokai Tenkaichi 2 on the GameCube.
Hey, exactly, like between the games and the
that was on
show.
stream.
Was
That
it?
was month of 16.
Yeah, that was during the episode last week.
That's not what
It's insane. Like
Yeah.
that was one of my first thoughts. Like all the times, all the hours I spent playing Budokai, all of them, and
I
then
would say that
the hours of watching Dragon Ball Z, and then going into the original and Dragon Ball Super.
Mhm.
Just
I would say,
insane.
not including Pokemon, that Budokai Tenkaichi 2 was my first anime video game.
that was 100% my first.
It wasn't Dragon Ball wasn't my first anime I ever watched. That was Yu-Gi-Oh. I would say Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, and Pokemon like together because they all ran like one after another back
Oh,
in the
yeah.
day of Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh yeah,
well, it's not a tear.
Saturday
So-
morning, Yu-Gi-Oh and
Yu-Gi-Oh,
and all that.
Pokemon, Digimon, Beyblade,
Saturday night, DBZ.
Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, and if you're up past midnight, Bleach.
Yeah.
Because Bleach was on Adult Swim.
Shout out old school Toonami.
Toonami's back
missed
too.
it.
Adult Swim has Toonami again. Because that's where Ninja Kamui actually airing before it goes on HBO, I believe.
By the way, Ninja fantastic show.
I still have yet to start it. I'm probably
Incredible.
gonna wait till it finishes, get the free trial of HBO Max, and then just binge the whole thing.
It's so good.
Yeah, so the true award winner of anything for this year is Dragon Ball. I know Daima was supposed to start in like April, but that's probably not going to happen.
No one knows what's gonna happen.
It's yeah, we're still waiting on updates of that.
Yep.
But as much as I don't want to sound disrespectful, let's turn off the somber and get the hype of the awards started, I guess.
Facts.
So first thing we're gonna start with is we're just gonna give a brief, quick over on all the dubbers from around the world. Apologies if I butcher anybody's names, but for the best Arabic voice actor, we have Senku Ishigami's voice actor, Taleb Arafi. I want to say is how that's said. Wow, they must be behind. Because they got Dragon Ball Super voice actors were nominated.
Oh wow.
And Mob Psycho and Slime. So they must be behind on their dubs. For German voice actor, we have Franziska Schrunte, which is the voice actor of Power.
Okay.
We have Leo Rabello, which is the Portuguese voice actor for Satoru Gojo.
Always stays winning.
For Italian voice actor, we have, I'm guessing this is Mose Singh. Once again, I apologize if I butcher any of these. The voice actor of Denji. I should probably make the Discord screen small again so people can see the full screen. For Spanish, we also have Denji's voice actor, Emilio Trevino. For Castilian, I'm sorry if I sound uncultured, but what is Castilian?
I'll be honest with you, I have no idea.
I'm gonna Google this real quick. It is a dialect of Spanish
Oh, fair enough.
that is spoken in Spain. So we have Joel Gomez Jimenez. For the French voice actor, we have Martel Le Mignot, who is Suguru Geto's voice actor. And coming into now where we're going to break things down and actually talk about them. Best voice actor, English. The winner was Ryan Colt Levy, the voice actor of Denji.
Boo.
Who was up against Johnny Young Bosch, the voice actor of Ichigo Kurosaki. Austin Tittle, which I believe was Millions Knives from Trigun Stampede. Abby Trott, voice actor of Nezuko from Demon Slayer. Marissa Duran, the voice actor of Sagiri in Hell's Paradise. And Lexi Nito, the voice actor of Tomo Aizawa in Tomo is a Girl. Taco, what are your thoughts on Ryan winning?
Honestly, I'm personally not too crazy of Chainsaw Man. I really wanted Johnny Young Bosch to win. Especially because I just watched 1,000 Year Blood War.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted him to win.
Okay. Sage?
I'm a little upset, but
who-
mostly because it's not Johnny.
You wanted Johnny as well?
Yeah, I'm a blame Trigun, and now the addition of One Piece. I'll be getting to Bleach, which is what he was nominated for. And
Yep.
yeah, I've heard a little bit of Johnny and Bleach, but not too much. But it's just still.
I would
Still
say
good.
the two roles that Johnny is mostly known for is the Black Ranger
Never forget the Black Ranger.
and Ichigo Kurosaki. Those are the two that he is most known for.
That's fair.
Side note, since we're talking about English voice actors, Bryce Papenbrook and the voice actor of Lucy Hartfilia, I can't not remember her name for the life of me, have cameo lines in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yes.
I just had to get that out there. It blew my mind when I heard their voices.
Yeah, I remember you sent me videos. Did you hear that? It's Bryce.
It's just a random side character at the port going from Junon to Costa del Sol. It's just a random side character, and his only line is, "Trust in Shinra, they'll take care of everything." And that line just gets repeated, and it's like, his voice is so unique that it's like, that's Bryce. Like, as soon as you hear the first word, it's like, that's Bryce.
Exactly.
And then Lucy's voice actor was actually she is one of the tour informationist at Costa del Sol. So you can actually talk to her multiple times. And she has a full, I would say 2 paragraphs worth of dialogue.
Oh, jeez.
But if Nanami's voice actor is in the sub, if you switch the game to Japanese for the dialogue, one of the voice actors for one of the more major characters who actually has a lot of lines is Nanami's voice actor in the sub.
That's cool.
Yeah. Cope, what did you feel? How did you feel about this award?
I mean, I'm okay with Chainsaw Man, but as you know, if you guys have watched my top 16, both of them being Bleach and having Johnny Young Bosch in Bleach, amazing voice actor, multiple characters under his belt. I feel disrespected. Okay.
Well, he has a role in 2 out of the 3 of the big 3.
Yep.
That's
Right.
Now I want to find that church.
So,
I just want to
with that being said,
go and drive there.
Johnny Young Bosch should have won.
I have the same.
Well-
I have the same view. Out of all these, now I've watched every single one of these shows. Lexi gives a good performance. Marissa's matches the character perfectly. For Abby Trott being nominated, though, for having 2 lines in the entirety of Swordsmith Village, kind of iffy on the nomination on that. Austin Tyndall did a good job as Millions Knives. He really plays the character well. When it comes to Chainsaw Man, there's only like two notable dub voice actors because I watched it in both sub and dub as it was airing. And that was, I can't remember the dude's name, but he's the one that trains them at the end of the season. He has the scars all over his face. And Power's voice actor in the dub. They were the two that really made an impact on me. But out of all these voice actors on here, Johnny definitely has the most prestige. And I think Ryan Colt Levy is the newest one out of all of them. I think he has the least amount of roles out of all of them. But I think it's safe to say unanimously if we were picking the winners, it would be Johnny.
100%.
Moving on to the next category, Best Voice Actor Performance Japanese. Now we had Yuichi Nakamura, which is Satoru Gojo's voice actor. We had Mayumi Tanaka, Monkey D. Luffy's voice actor. Yoshino Aoyama, which is Hitori Goto, or Bochi's voice actor from Bocchi the Rock. Atsumi Tazanaki, who's Anya's voice actor. Kikunosuke Toya, who is Denji's Japanese voice actor. And Yuki Kaji, who is Eren Yeager's Japanese voice actor.
Yuki Kaji's a goat.
Now, I'll start off this one. Only 3 of these. Now, I loved Bocchi the Rock. It was an amazing show. But only 3 of these really stood out to me as frontrunners. And as much as I wanted it to be Mayumi, because One Piece is, and she destroyed the Gear 5th voice acting. Insane.
100%. Incredible.
That's who I was really going for to win. But I didn't see a problem with Yuchi, Mayumi, or Yuki taking the W. Those were the 3 front runners that I felt. So I don't really have any issues with Yuichi Nakamura winning this.
No.
Cope?
Well, I forget how long ago we went over our picks or our votes. But I did end up picking
I think I still
Yuchi.
have it in a Google Docs because I don't think you were on that wormhole.
And no, it's just me and you.
Let me pull up Google Docs real quick.
Actually, Stage might have been with us for that one.
I think he was because I think I only got Cope and
Yeah.
Tony's. Yeah, Anime Awards, Cope, Tony. Best voice actor Japanese. Yeah, Cope, you said Yuichi Nakamura. And Tony said Atsumi, Anya's voice actor.
Sucking my leg.
So yeah, as expected, I am excited to see what other picks that I had actually.
Did you not see the list at all yet?
No, I already know,
Okay.
but I'm not spoiling.
I was about to say, it'd be pretty funny if you came in here blind because these, I believe it came out last Saturday.
Yeah,
Results came out.
I know. Trust me, I know. I just don't want to say anything because, fans and all.
We know he jumped for joy.
Them.
He's like, fuck
I
yeah,
scream like a
Gojo.
little girl on the inside, but
I tried to get up to watch it live.
Wait for big monkeys.
I tried. But I think I went to bed like an hour before it started. Sage, how do you feel about Yuichi Nakamura's victory here?
I mean, it's an acceptable one, but personally, I'm more of a fan of Luffy's sub actor or Anya's. From what I've heard from little snippets, I personally don't really watch in sub,
Yeah.
but from you'll see bits of it online.
Yeah, if you want to stay on
how voice actor did her lines.
Yeah.
Very,
If you want to stay
very
on
well done.
pace with catching up with One Piece, since the dub is they did get consistent last year.
They're actually on. They're staying on that consistent pace.
Did they finally release a new update?
Yeah, it was every so often, like every like 5 to 6 weeks, they're gonna drop like 10 to 15 episodes.
Okay, so they're actually killing it then.
Yeah,
Because I know
so
so far this year they haven't really had any dub releases. They had that one dub release at the
the most
beginning of the year.
recent one, as I say, yeah, the most recent one was in, I think it was like February, and that's whenever they got it up to like where we're like now 10 episodes away from Gear Fifth.
1060, yeah, because 1071 is the first episode of Gear 5th, and that's like 8 episodes long.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try scrolling back on the weekly schedule.
Sorry, because I remember searching it up real quick because I was like, yeah, maybe because I do want to start getting through some Bleach and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That got me tossing on Full Metal, which I ain't gonna lie.
All Bleach that's
I'm
out right now is dubbed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and the Full Metal that I've watched, the 6 episodes I've watched, it's been fantastic.
So you've seen the infamous episode 4.
Yes.
How pissed were you?
Eh,
How
that's the.
how badly did you want to put Shao Tucker through a window?
I was gonna say that's the guy that did the thing to his daughter.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That threw me the fuck off. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, oh, we got some funny comedy stuff.
Did
that's
you?
not really the first stuff.
Did you catch the connection though? Because I feel like
No, I didn't.
I feel like I already started One Piece by the time I finally watched Full Metal, so I was already on the thing of like, oh, pick up every small little detail, and
Yeah.
they after Ed sees Nina and Alexander fused, he asked Shao, "How long ago did your wife die? How long ago did you get your alchemist license?"
Yeah.
And he mentions before it happens, when it's all the comedy stuff, it's very like quick and passing that he got his alchemy license this long ago and his wife died this many years ago. And I put 2 and 2 together instantly. And I think it kind of spoiled it for me because I'm like, wait, his reevaluation's coming up. Don't tell me he's going to do it with his daughter.
See, whenever Edward and his brother were leaving that day, and the whole, oh, do you want to play with Dad tomorrow? And I was like, that was a creepy tone. He's gonna do something to his daughter.
Yeah, you kind of had an inkling. I basically had it right on the nose.
Yeah. I was like, something's gonna happen. I don't know what, but something's about to happen, and I don't like it.
But Al. So I'm pretty sure in the manga and in the original adaptation, they kind of changed the tone a little bit of that scene. They made some parts darker and they made some parts lighter. Al didn't get as pissed as he does in the manga. Like you see Ed snap all the time.
Yeah.
Al is like that quiet kid in school who you just rub the wrong way on a certain particular day.
And then he snaps.
Al will snap worse than Ed ever does. And in the original animation, they actually they put a lot of filler in the original animation of like the canon stuff. So they kind of extended that scene a little bit where Al borderline snapped.
It was definitely.
Yeah, it definitely hits different. Taco, what is your view on Yuichi Nakamura? Because I know you get on your knees for Aaron.
Yuki Kaji is the GOAT. I do agree. He is fantastic. But no, I can't be mad about him winning for Gojo. He was incredible. I really can't be angry. But if I will keep to myself, if Aaron had more lines, he probably would have won.
Yeah, I mean, they were going off the first special, so he has rarely any in that.
If they went off
both,
if they added like the part from like the second one, obviously, and you get the whole thing with him and Armin, he probably would have won.
Yeah, which I feel like they should have been going off of both, Because they went off of both for the entire season of JJK.
See, if they went off a vote for AOT, that means Bryce probably would have got a nomination, and I would have been like
Yeah.
on that every day.
And the funny thing about that is the Shibuya arc of JJK went into the fall season, and normally the fall season is included in the following year's awards. That's why Bocchi to Rock is here, and that's why it's the first core of Bleach that is here, which I believe they should have had both cores of Thousand Year Blood War be included.
I mean, next year we'll probably get again the Yuki Kaji nomination. Probably, hopefully,
We probably will get AOT nominations next year as well, and that will be
good.
That will probably be the final year we get AOT in the Crunchyroll Awards.
Which is saddening to hear.
It is, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, the story's over, and that's that.
Yeah, of course.
Moving into the next category, we get into Best Romance. Now, I know you guys probably don't have a lot of input on this, but we had, for the nominations, we had Horimiya, The Missing Pieces, which is all the stuff they cut from the first season of Horimiya. So it's just a bunch of random chapters that they cut out of the original series. I didn't know Square Enix was actually part of that with Cloverworks. The more you know. We have My Happy Marriage, which I know Square Enix was a part of. We have Skip and Loafer, Insomniacs After School, My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999, and Tomo is a Girl. Taco.
That's me.
I know you don't have much of an opinion when it comes to romance animes, but
No, you're not.
I can't remember which one you said in our voting stream.
I think. Oh, I do remember. I said Skip and Loafer because I thought the name was funny.
Okay.
I'm a very basic human being.
Sage, what about you?
I cannot remember which one. It could have been Insomniac After School.
So, a brief rundown might help you. Like I said, Horimiya was the missing chapters of a high school love story. My Happy Marriage is about a basically like in between World War One and World War Two Japan, I would say. And she is the first daughter of House Shimori, and she is, after her mother passes and her father remarries, she is basically treated worse than a slave until she finally goes and she gets engaged with another house, moves in with him, and is finally able to actually be herself and start to actually be happy and is treated like a normal human being again. Skip and Loafer is about a hick girl who moves to the city to get a good education and to become a politician, and a lazy, washed-up childhood actor. Insomniacs After School, title says it all. My Love Story with Yamada at level 999 is about a girl who got into an MMO game for her boyfriend, but her boyfriend ended up dumping her for another girl, and she meets one of her clanmates in the game in real life, and it just starts from there. Tomo is a Girl is about two childhood best friends. He thought she was a boy at first until middle school, and she's loved him this whole time, and she's just trying to get him to accept the fact that she is a girl and she wants to be treated as such, even though she is extremely tomboyish.
That is fair. I think my original option was My Happy Marriage because that description sounds a bit more like it.
Yeah.
Because I was very intrigued about the time, place.
Yeah,
Like
it's a more historical one.
Yeah, which is what piqued my interest.
And Cope, I know exactly which one you voted for.
Yeah, I voted for Insomniacs.
Basically
And,
because of the Insomniacs part.
More or less. Also, as you were reading it, you were pretty much like reading it to me.
Was that the one I was doing
So.
that with?
I think so, yeah.
Shows how good my memory is. Tony's was for Tomo as a Girl. I was split between Tomo as a Girl and Insomniacs, but at the end, I went after Insomniacs. And do any of y'all have an opinion about Horimiya winning?
Honestly, I don't. I mean, the only one I know of is Insomniacs, and that's just from you telling me about it.
So I'm taking that as
I don't know what it means.
I'm taking that as like
I
a
don't have-
unanimous like
Yeah.
romance isn't our thing.
Maybe one day.
That is indeed the fact, but you go, girl.
For me, I don't have a problem with Horimiya winning. I would prefer it to be Insomniacs. Mainly because I feel like basically an OVA season, which is pretty much what it was, shouldn't have been nominated in the first place. That's just how I feel. Moving into the next one, Best Fantasy. This one I was extremely disappointed in. I voted for Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. The other nominations were Demon Slayer, Ranking of Kings, Mashal, Hell's Paradise, and Ancient Magus Bride. Mushoku Tensei, in my opinion, is the best fantasy out of any of the ones on this list. Mashal's up there, so is Hell's Paradise and Demon Slayer, but I feel like the way Mushoku Tensei's storytelling does a way better job than any of the other ones. So that's pretty much mine. I had a feeling Demon Slayer was going to win, but I was still holding out hope for Mushoku Tensei. Cope?
I'm pretty sure I went with Demon Slayer on this one.
Incorrect.
Which one did I go for?
You said Mushoku Tensei.
I did.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I think this was the one that was like, you
At
know,
least over here, staying away.
need to show him a little love, or show them a little love too. But you know,
Although, you don't know.
but I mean, you can't go wrong with Demon Slayer. So
Yeah. I just sent you the doc if you want to pull it up to see what you voted for in case you forget.
hi, it's fine. But yeah, I mean, honestly, between Mushoku and Demon Slayer, even Mashal, there's Hell's Paradise too. I mean,
It was a solid
within
lineup.
yeah, within those four, I mean, you can't really go wrong.
This was probably one of the... Now, this is another one where they had basically an OVA season with Ranking of Kings. This was pretty much an OVA season. It was a bunch of clips from the first season, pretty much.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Yeah. But this is definitely one of the categories where it's like almost, if not all, were valid, would be a valid winner, basically. Sage, what are your thoughts?
If I remember right, I did. I voted for Demon Slayer for this one,
Yeah, I think you did.
and I'm happy with I'm happy with it winning it.
All right, Taka.
I remember I went Mashal since I thought it was the most fantasy possible.
Yeah, I kind of... The way I see it is Hell's Paradise and Demon Slayer are more historical with fantasy elements. To where
Yeah, I thought,
Mashal, Mushoku, and Ancient Magus are fantasy.
like, he literally lives in a wizard world.
Yeah, like, if I'm looking...
Like, I haven't watched the rest of them, but
I'm gonna bring up Final Fantasy again because it's like when it comes to fantasy as a genre, like Dungeons and Dragons and Final Fantasy are like the go-to, like those are the things you think of when you think fantasy. Now you guys probably don't because I don't think you guys are really into D&D and Final Fantasy like that.
Correctamundo.
But like for a large majority of like a lot of people who play games, or even a lot of people I know in the anime community, D&D and Final Fantasy are like the two front runners of like fantasy elements. So when I think of that, I look at the nominations for Best Fantasy and I think, okay, which one of these worlds and scenarios could I see as a Final Fantasy game and a true to the bone D&D campaign? Now I say true to the bone because there are other types of D&D campaigns like the One Piece D&D that RaginSage hosts, and I've seen people who do Bleach D&Ds and a bunch of other different anime D&Ds. And the ones that come to mind out of this list here that I can see in that is Mashle, Ancient Magus Bride, and Mushoku Tensei, and possibly Hell's Paradise, but only on that island that they go to.
That's fair. Yeah, I definitely thought like Mashle, since it's like a wizard world, and
we'll definitely be getting into
Full
Mashle
blown.
later on into this too. Tony's vote was for Mushoku Tensei. So if it was us giving out the awards, Mushoku Tensei would have won. Next up, we have Best Drama, which I know Taco is happy about this one, so I'll let you take it away, Taco.
Hell yeah! Rightfully deserved. There's no other way to say it. Rightfully deserved.
When it comes to the drama category, though,
100% deserved. Even in the tags for the show, it's labeled under drama.
it is, but it doesn't have that much like true drama aspects to it. Like
Best friend goes insane. Best friends have to go after to go kill him. Bunch of all the drama in between that going on with the whole war, the ending of humanity, and everything else. Pretty drama based, if you ask me.
compared to what it was up against.
Like I said, like
Yeah.
you said, this is gonna be complete bias, but that's fine.
Like-
100% deserved.
Four of these are heavy on action as well. AOT, Heavenly Delusion, To Your Eternity, and Vinland Saga. If this was the action one, it would go to AOT all day.
100%. I think it goes to AT anyway, but that's just me.
Now, when it comes to the drama, the ones that where I believe AOT stands in the terms of drama with all of these series that were nominated, it's at the bottom.
Ho! I'm offended. It's okay.
Hear me out. The one that I would put in fifth, right above it, would be Heavenly Delusion. Because Heavenly Delusion and AOT are almost identical with the amount of drama that they have. Number 4, I would put Vinland Saga Season 2. And the entire season of Season 2 is pretty much an entire drama. Like, it's something you would see on, like, soap opera television. Like, well, I shouldn't say it's something you would see on soap opera television, because you definitely wouldn't see that type of stuff on soap opera television. But, like, the drama aspects is resembling to a soap opera television. And at number 3, I would put Oshinoko. And then it's very hard for me to pick a top one. I was back and forth on voting between these two, with To Your Eternity and My Happy Marriage. That's how I would have put it. And in my personal opinion, I believe To Your Eternity Season 2 should have taken the victory. I don't think To Your Eternity gets as much attention and love as it deserves.
That's fair.
Sage, what are your thoughts?
If I remember, I also voted for AOT for this one, so I can't be too upset about it. But if I remember, I only voted for AOT on this one, besides it only being the only one I have actually watched on this list. 'Cause if I
Y'all
remember
need to
right,
watch
the
Vinland Saga.
I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I got a bit on my plate. Let me clear it a little bit. All right. Look, One Piece is almost caught up mostly. Okay, that took me a minute. Now we got this Bleach and Full Metal and solo leveling
Full
and
Metal will be a quicker one. Solo leveling will be extremely quick. Based on how quickly
I
you
know.
chewed through One Piece, solo leveling is like a day for you.
oh, I'm planning on probably having like Full Metal done by
Full Metal, I could
within the
see like
next week.
3-4 days max.
Yeah,
Bleach, I'll give it a month or two. I'll give Bleach a month or two. If you don't have
if
Bleach done
AOT
before
didn't
Core
last
3,
a week, I have faith in Full Metal being done within a week.
if you don't have Bleach done before Core 3, I'm going to be slightly disappointed.
Let's say this: we're not gonna bet on me being done, but let's say I'll plan on being pretty much done.
It,
Or caught up.
let me double check. If Core 3 is in the spring, I'll resend what I just said. But if it's in summer, no, that's still
Alright.
the thing.
If it's like July, we have a chance.
Which they
like
added
July.
they added more to the seasonal, so we might need to do an updated wormhole on that. So it is not even on the summer. Weird.
So I have time. Kind of.
I could have swore it was, unless I'm missing it. It should be a full blue background. Because My Hero Season 7 starts May 4th. There's a new racing anime coming out in the spring.
Again? Another one?
Yep. High Speed Atoli. It's
We need a
basically
proper F1 anime.
it's Group 1.
Close enough. Actually,
Also,
not really.
Kaiju number 8 is starting April 13th. I highly recommend that.
That I can't wait for. I held off from reading the manga.
Dude, you need
To
to
watch
read it.
I want to watch it first. So I do some with most of my shows. I want to watch it first. Unlike Kagurabachi, I started that immediately.
Oh, Laid Back Camp Season 3 starting April 4th. Get past that real quick. Yeah, I'm not seeing Bleach anywhere on here. Let me search it real quick. That's the second core right here. Sequel. It says 2024. Weird. I'm gonna keep this up because it's definitely probably says in the teaser, but Sage, did you have anything else to say, or just happy that AOT won?
I'm kind of happy AOT won.
All right, Cope.
AOT as it should be. That's pretty much all I got to put out there.
And Tony.
I mean,
Tony voted for Vinland. So if we were doing the selection of the winner, AOT would still be the winner.
To add on to the AOT thing, can't spell goat without AOT in the name of it. Anyway.
Next up, we have probably the biggest controversy of the entire anime awards. Comedy. Nominees was Spy Family, Mashal, Buddy Daddies, Bocchi the Rock. I'm going to butcher this because I always do. Urusei Yatsura and Zom 100. How the fuck did Mashal lose? And even if Zom 100 would have won, I would have been happy. Mashal and Zom 100 were the two frontrunners for this. And neither of them won. That's all I gotta say. Cope, go ahead.
Who did I vote for?
For comedy, you voted for Zom 100.
Damn.
Funny show.
Well,
It's extremely hilarious.
I mean, honestly, Spy Family can't go wrong, but I mean, I don't really think it was as funny as either Mashal 1 or Zom 100.
No. And it's core
So-
2, so it's the Bond arc when they get the dog.
Yeah. So,
So it's not even the first core of season 1, which in my opinion, the first core of season 1 was funnier than the second core.
right.
Season 2, I would say it's still funnier than core 2 of season 1, but not as funny as core 1. And the next season that comes out is not going to be funny at all. Like, we start getting into some serious shit in the next season. Sage, what is your opinion? I think you voted for Spy Family.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I did vote for Spy X, but I will say Zom 100 and Mash will definitely deserve their chances of getting it.
I think you voted. I think you voted before you seen anything of Zom and Mashal.
I seen little bits beforehand.
Yeah, but you were
But-
exposed to it more afterwards.
Yeah. But like I said, Zom and Mash will definitely earn their spots. They definitely had a fight for to go get it.
And Taco?
I was actually between Spy Family and Mashal. So I think Mashal should have won. Because Mashal's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, stupid funny.
I mean, Tony even voted for Mashal, and then he messaged me when I told him, like, when I was like, dude, how the fuck did Mashal lose? He's like, it's the same comedy over and over again. And he hasn't caught up to season 2 yet. I don't know if he completed season 1. But either way, like, it's not all the comedy is muscles and cream puffs. There's way more than just that. Like, sorry for spoilers if anyone's not caught up on Mashal. Last week's episode, Dot and the blue hair character's name got turned into babies.
Jesus.
It was, I was dying. I fell out of my chair laughing watching that episode. Oh. Either way, Tony voted for Mashal, so if it was up to us, Mashal or Zom 100 would have won this. Next up, we have Best Action.
This was a...
This
okay.
was probably...
This was a loaded question.
This is
This
probably
was a loaded question.
the best lineup. The best lineup of nominees.
This was a loaded question.
This is 100% the best lineup of nominees, and I'm pretty sure almost all of us have a different opinion on which one should have got it.
Probably except for you and Sage.
But the nominations are Jujutsu Kaisen, AOT, Chainsaw Man, Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, Demon Slayer, Swordsmith Village, and One Piece. Taco, I'm going to let you take it away first.
This was a loaded question.
This was definitely a hard one.
It was, like, there was not a bad choice.
No, I don't think there was.
Except for Chainsaw Man.
See,
I feel
that's
like it should have been like My Hero or like Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer
But
is on
we
there.
had the conversation.
Um,
Oh, sorry, My Hero. I thought it should have been My Hero for Chainsaw Man.
I
But
I can see where you're getting at that, and I understand why you're saying that because, of course, I'm caught up on My Hero as well. So I see why you're saying that. I went back and actually reread a bit of Chainsaw Man to before I got caught up with the manga again, and then realizing
Fair enough.
like, oh, these fights happened in season 1. I was like, okay, I forgot those fights happened in the first season. Now the second season is going to be triple, if not 4 times the action that was in the first season.
like I said before, like when Chainsaw Man was brought up, I wasn't like crazy over it.
I think
Yeah,
it
the
was
actors
more.
were great.
I think it was more of the relevancy of Chainsaw Man that got it over MHA.
That's probably true.
And the
But,
fact
like,
that MHA did have a lot more drama in season 6.
But like the fights you get with Deku and UA, and then you get him again with Muscular, and then you get the whole
That-
Shigaraki thing.
Honestly,
and then
that
you
fight
get-
with Muscular, I don't even
No.
know if you can count that. That was over in like
No.
a second.
It was so cool just to him to flex his power a little bit. So
when,
cool.
when I'm thinking of season 6 of My Hero, I'm thinking of Class 1A versus Deku.
And it's insane. Like, that alone should have put it in there. If you want to count the whole season, then you have
You have the war.
you have the war.
Yeah.
I think it's like when they when they go after I forget Garaki, that's his name. When Mirko's fighting all the Nomus, then
My,
you
my
have
girl Mirko popping off.
Mirko was great. Then you have
Dobby's dance.
Dobby's dance. Like, there was so much that was going on in all of season 6. I feel like it was like a no-brainer to be put for
I'm-
nomination.
Honestly shocked that season 6 of My Hero, like, I don't think it was nominated for anything.
No, My Hero wasn't nominated for anything.
Which is
What-
crazy.
abysmal. It's abysmal.
Now, yeah, it should have been here because it was running at the same time as Chainsaw Man and the first core of Bleach.
Yeah.
It ran parallel with them.
But
And I think what happened is, yeah, it was a hype season for My Hero. But you had I do feel like it was kind of overshadowed.
it was.
Because you have the start of the hype series of Chainsaw Man.
Yep.
Like, I was already well past what that season covered in the manga by the time that came out. And you had the long-awaited return of Bleach.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it definitely got overshadowed, and that's more than likely why it didn't get nominated for anything. And even Bleach didn't even get nominated for several things that it should have been nominated for.
probably.
And
But-
same with One Piece, which we'll cover that a little later.
But I'm sad AOT didn't win because, we have the rumbling and everything.
Like,
And it was really good.
Shibuya.
Let me get there. Let me be biased, okay? I'm sad it didn't win. I understand why it didn't, because Shibuya was insane.
Imagine that only happened that was only 4 hours in universe.
Hey, it was insane. Shibuya was nuts.
And you figure this is Halloween, this is October that it's happening.
Yes.
Yuji has only been a
So-
sorcerer for less than 2 months.
So, it's insane.
He came on as a
Shibuya was
sorcerer at the
nuts.
end of August.
But
It's been 2 months that Yuji's been a sorcerer.
But, in my opinion, I thought AOT had a really good chance of winning. But all of them had a really good
Yeah.
chance at winning.
Now I did like do like I did with pretty much almost all of the categories. I'm not going to go over for all of them, but for certain categories I am going to say I did basically do a ranking of where I thought things would be, and I couldn't pick a one. I voted off of personal preference. So I
Of course,
voted
you have to.
I voted for One Piece. Of course, cuz if you didn't have the raid on Onigashima and Gear 5th in 2023, I wouldn't even consider One Piece for best action.
No, but you have...
You had the raid on Onigashima and you had Gear 5th.
Yeah. Like, I thought One Piece was going to get the win. and
Not
then
even
I
just
watched-
raid on Onigashima. Zoro versus King and Sanji
Sanji
versus
and Queen.
Queen.
Yeah, all those with Gear 5,
Mm-hmm.
I thought would win hands down.
So the
I'm
way
not mad at JK won.
oh Cope disappeared. The way I basically ranked it, and he's back,
Welcome back.
was I had Demon Slayer on the bottom.
Yep.
Then I had, and you're gonna hate me for this, but I had AOT above it. Then I had Chainsaw Man above AOT
No way.
because the action that
No
mainly happened
way.
in the first special was and granted, it is my favorite character in the series, Hanji doing basically sacrificing herself.
You got the start of the rumbling, and including Hanji.
No. The start of the rumbling happened at the end of part 2. Come on, AOT, man. The rumbling started at the end of part 2.
Regardless, you get the start of the rumbling, you get the rumbling part of it, and then you get Hanji, and they get everything else going on while this is happening.
And it cliffhangers on them arriving at Eren. If it was the second special, it'd be tied at the top. Because that fight was insane. That was the one thing I was waiting for to get animated, was the fight between all the previous Titan shifters.
Oh, the Battle of Heaven and Earth?
Yeah. That was the one thing.
Insane.
When I finished the manga, that was the one thing I was excited to see. Wasn't the start of the rumbling, wasn't Hanji's moment, it was Heaven and Earth battle.
Oh, the Battle of Heaven and Earth was nuts.
But above AOT, I then put Chainsaw Man. And then I have Bleach, One Piece, and JJK, basically a 3-way tie at the top.
That's fair.
Cope. Is he there?
He's technically here.
Hello?
There you are.
Yeah, sorry. Technical difficulties. For some reason, my mic disconnected whenever I walked into the kitchen.
Yeah, you disconnected out of the chat as well.
Oh.
You DC'd and then came back in.
Yeah, my properties change whenever my mic disconnects. So.
Gotcha. We're on the best action. How do you feel about JJK?
Didn't I vote?
You voted Bleach.
Yeah, because I was like,
It's a hard choice. Like me, you, Taco, and Tony, because technically this is Tony's #1 anime, but with manga involved, Berserkus is #1. We all voted for our #1s, basically.
Yeah.
You and Tony, Bleach, Taco, AOT, me, One Piece. So, and I think Sage was still at Zoe or Dressrosa when we did the voting. We did the voting back in January.
Yeah, and yeah, that's right. Because I was just about to be getting the whole cake.
Yeah, you're
on.
on.
I believe I still voted for One Piece.
Yeah, because at the beginning of January, you're on 813 because you haven't updated your binge since January 5th.
I need to get around to fixing that.
Tacos hasn't been updated since August 9th when it started.
Well, at least I ain't that
I ain't gonna lie to you. I haven't watched very much since then.
And Copes hasn't been updated since January 27th when he was still watching. Are you still watching Platinum Men, or did you finish that?
I finished that.
Mine almost gets updated daily.
I am currently... Well, obviously I didn't put One Piece in there, so for those who missed my top 16, surprise, I've been watching One Piece behind the scenes, hiding it from HenDiddy over here.
Yeah, he got me pretty good.
So, that obviously needs updated. I think I already have on there Solo.
Yep.
Actually, I can pull it up right here once I get to it. What do I have on there? Platinum End is done.
How did you feel about Platinum End?
Honestly, it was mediocre, really. You said that was the same creator.
Yep. It's their most recent series. So they did Death Note, Then they did Bakuman, and then they did Platinum End.
Yeah. Then I put in recently completed / ended, JJK, Demo of Death Play, and then Plunderer. I pretty much just went off my previous list and was just like, okay, whatever was up here that I completed, I just put down here. So next one that I'll be updating is saying Platinum End as well. Ended.
Did you start Kaguya yet?
Kaguya Summoners War?
Yep.
I don't know. I forget. Honestly, I've kind of just been everywhere.
I feel ya. I haven't been doing my binge. I'm supposed to be watching. I think my current binge is Bungo. Yeah. But I got Baldur's Gate, and then Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I'm wearing the hat for, came out. So I'm like, well, shit. All my time's gonna be gaming.
So, in between watching One Piece, me and wifey have been watching Demon Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
We finished Mugen Train. Also, on top of that, the live action Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I need to watch episode 2 for next week.
And then I started Sage on Full Metal last night. So literally, as me and Taco were walking out to my car, I'm like, damn, now I'm gonna go home and start watching Full Metal again.
Yeah, now I want to again.
You have to let me know when you finish Post Enies Lobby in One Piece. Because when you finish that arc, you are in the clear to watch the One Piece live action. So basically, you really only need through Arlong Park, but they reveal something that's revealed in Post Enies Lobby way earlier in the live action.
Yeah, like I said, I just finished Alabasta. So that's what episode?
Yeah, he's a good 200 episodes in.
2 something, somewhere in that area. So I kind of
Okay, numbers.
Hold on, I can bring the numbers up real quick.
Did you see something?
As soon as Crunchyroll wants to load. There we go. Alabasta goes to episode 135. So you're about to start the Sky Island arc, the Sky Island saga.
Yeah.
So you got a good
200. Okay.
You get a good basically 200 episodes until you can watch the 8 episodes of the live action adaptation.
Honestly, I know I went and I binged Bleach. Now we know that's 330 some
366 episodes, and I believe it is 384, including Thousand Year Blood War.
So yeah, I binged Bleach, OG Bleach, all the way up to Thousand Year Blood War season 1 or
Core
arc 1. Core 1. So that I'm kind of holding back on binging. I'm going maybe 130 episodes and then picking up a small show in between.
Gotcha.
So something like Full Metal.
If you want to do that, I would say just go by the sagas, which Crunchyroll has separated for One Piece. The only issue you're going to run into with One Piece doing that is again. The Summit War Saga, which is Sabaody, Amazon Lily, Impel Down, War at Marineford, Post Marineford, and Return to Sabaody is 132 episodes. Then the whole... Oh, no, that's actually shorter. The Wano Saga is 208 episodes. That's the full Wano Kuni saga.
Yeah, I'm not just trying to like go and like fry my brain and spend the rest of my useless time just watching One Piece.
The good news with that,
same boat.
the good news with that is the Whole Cake saga is only 96 episodes. And then Reverie, which is the saga after Whole Cake, is only 13 episodes.
Yeah.
So you got a small one right before your nice big one.
I will say, Wano's that many episodes. It honestly doesn't even feel like it's that many episodes.
The funny thing is they have it listed as 892 to 1088, 200 and some episodes, 208 episodes, but it's only actually 190, and that's because you have the retcon backstory for Luffy and Uta for Film Red, and Wano actually, and they have a couple other specials like recapping the fights and all that because a lot happened in Wano. And the actual last episode of Wano Kuni, which Crunchyroll messed up on, is actually 1085. 1086 is technically the first episode of the Egghead arc. At least the stuff that's covered in that episode was the first chapters of the Egghead arc in the manga.
Yeah, it's just like a lot to just try to go and watch it all. All right.
Yeah. And Sage, what was your... Did I ask you about the best action already? No, I didn't.
No, I believe I was last.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the best action?
JJK definitely deserved it with its Shibuya event. Yeah, because the whole Shibuya incident said it happened only for 2 hours, and it lasted like a lifetime for Mr. Yuji Itadori.
4 hours.
I thought it was 2 hours.
4 hours.
Okay, but still,
If you look
it
in
didn't
the,
even last a day.
If you look in the memes chat, I actually have the thing on there. Quick reminder that all of Shibuya happened within 4 hours, and you can see Yuji's face, happy-go-lucky to
Absolutely.
what has happened.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of emotions Yuji went through in that 4 hours is more than Luffy has gone through in over 1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, I will say that with confidence.
But as much as I want One Piece to win, just because
You haven't
One
seen
Piece.
the 2023 stuff yet.
I know, I'm getting there.
You're almost there.
And with
You're
what
in
I've seen-
Onigashima.
And so with what I see of Wano so far, it's only going to get more action packed.
Yeah, what was the first... First episode of One Piece in 2023. There we go. 2023. 1046 was the first episode of 2023.
I'll be able to get to see bits of it coming up soon.
Yep.
But still, I don't see like what I've already seen slowing down anytime soon. So
No,
I can see it only getting more action packs.
You're already on the performance floor. You've seen the insane transition in the Gear 5th already. Or Gear 4th when he's fighting one of the numbers. Dude, that scene still blows me away, that transition. You've seen 1015, right?
No, not yet.
Okay, so
I
1015.
paused myself on 1014, like after watching 1014, and then went
Yeah.
watched a couple episodes of Full Metal.
1015 is chapter 1000.
Okay.
So, and yeah, it only goes up from there.
Oh, I kind of figured. That's why whenever it was like, would you like the? Oh, I see One Piece is there. I'm gonna vote for that because it's gonna have a good bit of fucking action.
Yeah. So, based on the five of us, because Tony also said Bleach and One Piece would have been in a tie between the five of us. But yeah, Shibuya, that was something else.
It definitely deserved its award.
Must protect at all cost characters. We had Anya Forger, Pochita, Mirai, Bochi, and Boji, and Soletta Mercury. Now, there's two characters on here that I don't feel should have been on the must protect at all cost characters, and that's Pochita and Soletta Mercury. Now, I haven't watched Witch of Mercury yet. It doesn't have an image of Soletta, but I'm guessing Soletta Mercury is one of the Gundam pilots in Witch of Mercury. So it doesn't make sense to me that they would need protected. And Pochita is a literal devil. Like, that's the Chainsaw Devil. But the other four, honestly, you could look at the other four and be like, yeah, Anya's going to win without a doubt. So, as much as I wanted Hitori and Mirai to win, I don't have a problem with Anya winning. Cope, what are your thoughts?
I'm pretty sure I went with Anya.
I can double check for you. Yes, you did.
Okay, so we have the king now.
So, as expected, because it's Anya. I'm pretty sure that me and Taco were talking about it too. Before I even joined in and gave you my results. So, for Boji, I would have thought that would have been up a little bit higher on noms. So, her votes.
Alright. Sage?
I'm happy. Anya won. I don't see any other possible winner here. Anya.
You guys really need to watch Buddy Daddies too.
I'm definitely going to be getting around to it.
Yeah.
From whenever we did our one list and you gave the description, I was quite intrigued.
Did we have that on an episode? I don't think we had it. I think it was during the
Or
voting.
it might have been. Yeah, it might have been during the voting. You gave the description.
Yeah.
I was intrigued by it.
Yeah, two assassins who killed the little girl's dad without knowing it's her dad and basically adopt her.
Yep. And they erase her.
Yeah. The ending
was
was
like, that sounds cool.
beautiful. The ending was beautiful. That's all I'll say about the ending. Taco.
As expected, all she wanted was a pistol with a silencer and peanuts. And peanuts. Can't forget the peanuts. And she can't forget the time she had a giant castle all to herself.
Yeah, that.
I love that scene when they're on the zipline thing.
I think
that
that's in
overlooks the
Core
castle.
1.
Yeah, that's all Core 1. It's awesome. Anya's just a goat.
So
Anya's incredible.
Tony also voted for Anya. So if it was up to us, the winner would still be Anya. Moving on to Best Supporting Character. So the nominations we have for this one was Satoru Gojo, Reigen from Mob Psycho, Kana Arima from Oshinoko, Hanji from AOT, Power from Chainsaw Man, and Suguru Geto from Jujutsu Kaisen. Taco, go ahead and take it away.
Alright, one, I really want Hanji to win. Because it's Hanji. The way they ended Hanji's character, I thought was perfect. It literally doing what Hanji loved.
She never left Levi's left side, too.
Yep, it was the most perfect moment for Hanji.
Especially the final salute where Levi does it on her chest, or she does it on Levi's, or Levi does it on hers.
Yeah, and she goes, "I didn't think you'd be that type of person." That little comment.
Well, they knew each other like their entire
Mhm.
time they were in the Corps.
But
Because I believe
I
at one point, before Hanji was the commander, Hanji was superior to Levi, and Levi passed her due to his skills in the ranks of the Survey Corps.
yeah, but with all said, with Hanji, it is completely understandable that Gojo won.
そうだな。そうかもな。
I don't really have much else to say. I mean, he's Gojo.
Man just said, nah, I'd win.
Exactly. Exactly. There's not much to really say. Gojo's great.
Alright. Sage?
Say, I'm pretty much just gonna say what Taco said. I really wanted Hanji to get the award because her sacrifice. But it's also understandable of why Gojo did.
Yeah. Cope?
Uh,
そうだな。そうかもな。
You can't ask if he's too biased. That's his lock screen.
Yeah, if you missed last week's madness of his top 16, we went over that too, because the freaking thumbnail is his literal desktop background. For me, yeah, I voted for Hanji as well. She is my favorite character in AOT, and I feel like her character was one of the best written in the entire series. But Gojo, I mean,
Yeah, it's Gojo.
Ghetto, I can see using the hidden inventory part. I can see why he'd be here. Kana Arima, I don't think belonged here at all. Power, I can understand being here, and from what I know about Reagan, because I haven't watched season 3 of Mob Psycho yet, from what I know about Reagan, but I believe Gojo definitely did deserve this as much as I wanted Hanji to win. Tony also voted for Gojo, so pretty much unanimously Gojo would have won if we were selecting the victors.
Yep.
Next, we have Best Main Character. The nominations were Monkey D. Luffy, Hitori Goto, Denji, Shigeo Kageyama, or Mob, Eren Yeager, and Thornfinn. Now, I wanted to vote non-biasedly, and if I was to vote non-biasedly, I would have voted for Thornfinn. But at the end, I voted for Monkey D. Luffy, mainly because of Gear 5th. But I believe I'm only going to speak on 5 of these because, like I said, I haven't watched Mob Psycho Season 3 yet. So I'm not going to speak on Mob at all. But out of the other 5, 4 of them definitely deserve to be here. And that was Luffy, Eren, Thornfinn, and Hitori. Mainly because Denji, his whole character is Horn Dog. So when it comes to a best MC, I cannot see Denji getting that at all, even in the newest chapters. So, Cope, what are your thoughts?
let's see here. Totally would have thought it would have been a battle between Eren and Monkey D. Luffy. But, as expected,
Force!
Two different gears, but okay.
oh, I know.
Yeah,
That was the point.
I have here you voted for Aaron,
I did.
but you don't have a
But,
problem
I
with
mean-
Luffy getting the dub. Is what it seems.
No.
All right. Sage.
I'm happy. I wanted Luffy to win, as much as the person behind me did not, as much as he still doesn't want to believe it.
Still on his
yeah,
knees.
Luffy deserves it. Yeah,
I feel
Luffy
like
deserves it.
I feel like if Aaron was coming to the rumbling, and Taco was like watching it come closer to him, all Taco would do is just get on his knees and put his arms out like, "Take me."
Take me, Lord. As he's shaking his head.
Hell yeah, that's my man. I can't say what I would typically say while we are live.
Oh,
We would get
God.
in trouble.
Oh God.
I'll have to say it off air, or I will send you it in message form.
Go ahead and message it to me so you don't forget. Oh boy, I'm not excited for what I'm about to see in my DMs. I should have known. I should have known. The amount of times you had said that outside of stream, I should have known.
Yeah.
So basically,
It's true.
the
I will
PG,
defend him to the end.
the PG-13 and safe way of saying this, Aaron Yeager is nasty mustache man from Germany.
Yes. And I will defend him.
God.
One, they resolved his whole character.
They did fix it in the anime. Yes, they did.
They just proved.
I can't deny that because that was. I enjoyed AOT. I would say before I read the final volume, AOT was probably in my top 20. Then I read the final volume and it dropped drastically. Like I don't even think I kept it in my top 50.
Understandably so.
And then after that final episode, I think I might have put it in my top. I think it's in my top 30 again. I think it's in the 20s. Because again, I still got to make that top 50 list because I want to see y'all's reaction to that. Oh.
But to continue off, yes, I thought Aaron Yeager should have. One, I have many reasons. Many. One, he's arguably the best written character that was nominated. Easily, probably the best written character that was nominated. You yourself have said Luffy is not well.
I wasn't going to say Luffy.
Written,
I wasn't going to say Luffy.
but you're going to say Thornfinn.
Thornfinn.
But
especially
you
second
said in the
season
past-
Thornfinn.
you said in the past how no, Luffy isn't the best written character in the world.
As much as
Which
I
he's
love
not.
One Piece,
I
as
love
much
him.
as I love One Piece, Luffy, for the way Luffy is supposed to be, yes, he is perfectly written for the way he is supposed to be. When it comes to character depth, the side cast of One Piece is definitely better written than Luffy, in my opinion.
I will agree, but I love Luffy to death.
But that is purposely done because Luffy isn't supposed to be this deep character.
No, not at all.
When it comes to the Straw Hats, the deep characters are supposed to be Zoro, Sanji, Brook, and Robin, and a little bit for Frankie. Those are the deep characters of the Straw Hats. Now, there are more characters in the One Piece world that are deep or deeper than those Straw Hats, but Luffy is not meant to be a deep character.
No.
Thornfinn, on the other hand, is an extremely deep character. Like, I'm talking.
Thornfinn was only one who I would have been like, okay, I
I'm
understand.
talking digging the China deep, dude.
Yeah, that's along the lines of Aaron. It's along the lines of a lot of people. I'm glad those two were even nominated because
I am
look at the list.
for the lack of nominations that Vinland Saga actually got compared to what I thought it was going to get with how good they actually adapted the second season, the freaking farming arc. Like that was so much better than I was expecting. Like I still enjoyed the farmers arc in the manga, but I was like, this translating this to the anime, I don't think it's going to turn out well. And Mappa killed it.
Like, if you look at the list of the people who were nominated, and you look at them, you're like, I don't know much about Chainsaw Man, but Denji does not seem very deep to me at all.
No, he's a horn dog. That's literally
Luffy
his
is
entire
Luffy.
character.
Say, Luffy is Luffy. Luffy gets a pass because he's Luffy.
He's Luffy.
But I haven't watched Bocchi. I don't know if Bocchi's a deep character or not.
So
at all.
she has extreme social anxiety,
Okay.
but she loves guitar and music and always wanted to start a band, but because of her social anxiety she never could. And then she meets this extreme extrovert, and the extrovert ropes her into the band, and now she has to deal with getting over her social anxiety on stage.
Okay. So there's a little bit of depth there.
There is definitely depth to her character.
There's a little bit of depth there. And then you look at Mob. I mean, Mob's not the most deep character.
Mob, I would say he's along the lines of Luffy when it comes to...
Mob is Mob.
Yeah, Mob is Mob. He's supposed to be more deep than Luffy, but not too much deeper, and
borderline.
the side cast is more deeply written.
Yeah.
Which,
It's borderline.
I mean, what else do you... It's the same creator as One Punch Man, and if you look at Saitama compared to the side cast, it's the same thing.
Yeah, say Saitama's not deep at all. He's bored because he's really strong.
Yeah, and then you look at the rest of the side cast, and you're like, some of these characters are actually really deep.
Yeah. But coming full circle, seeing Thornfinn and Aaron nominated is great because they're the deep characters out of the bunch.
Yeah. Honestly, if I had to do the nominations myself, it would be Aaron, Thornfinn, Ichigo, Deku.
Deku had a lot of growing.
Hattori, and Shimori from My Happy Marriage.
That's fair. Like those, I can't say I wish they picked the characters like Aaron and Thornfinn all the time. I understand you can't. Not every show has that, but if we get more of those in there.
But
if cool.
1,000 Year Blood War wasn't a thing, and it was OG Bleach Ichigo we were talking about, he'd be more iffy. He'd be more in the 50% line.
Yeah,
because
so
he had the moments in OG Bleach, but at the end of the day, I know it sounds basic, but it's not as basic as people think it is. Like you do, where his whole thing is protect the people he loves.
And that's fine. I get that, and I have no beef. After
1,000 Year Blood War, you definitely shouldn't, because his character depth.
I never really hate Ichigo.
No, you always said he's a bland character. I'm like, he's not Gon.
No one is as bland as Gon, and don't get me started. He's not here right now.
No, he's Gon.
Yeah, Gon is Gon. Gon's whole goal was to find his dad, and after he does, that he's like, now what?
Well, they're anime respectives. Yeah, it's kind of like that. But if you continue on in the manga, it's like, holy shit.
But there's no English version of it, so.
The manga?
Yeah,
There
not for the new
is.
stuff. There is now?
Yeah, all the way to chapter 400.
Oh, I ain't reading it. Personally,
It's more like a normal light novel.
I'm not gonna read it now, but
yeah, I believe it's all the way up to chapter 400 that's out, because I think Tagashi.
yeah, see, I didn't know that.
I think Tagashi took another break.
That's fair. I don't even know that. Like I said in the past, I've only got through Hunter x
Yeah.
Hunter because Killua.
Latest chapter is chapter 400 from December 25th, 2022. They released volume 30. Volume 37 came out. Chapter 381 through 400 is what came out after the hiatus.
Fair enough.
But I think the anime ends. Oh,
It's
I'm trying to go off the covers of the volumes, and it looks like the anime ends around either volume 29 or volume 30, so between chapter 310 and 320. So there's probably a
like-
good 100 chapters worth of stuff after, and it's the Dark World arc.
okay. Like, I just going so bad, but yeah, I'm happy to see that Aaron ended up there. Do I think Aaron? Yeah, Aaron probably should have won. Biasy, but I understand why Luffy won because he's
because
Luffy.
not everyone's thinking about like the way we think of like a good best character is like the depth of the character, and
Story, the depth.
not everyone thinks like that. Not everyone votes
No.
like that.
No.
So like for us thinking depth of a character, if we were choosing the winner, it'd probably be Aaron, maybe Thornfinn. I'm going to throw that maybe in there because Tony did vote for Thornfinn as well.
It's pretty arguable.
But in regards to just like best main character in the way like the general majority think, I see no problem with Luffy winning.
No, me either. Luffy's a great character for what he does and what he is in One Piece. He's great,
Yeah.
if not the best.
So basically,
Arguable, but if not the best.
basically for this category, if we were deciding, there'd be two possible winners: Luffy or Aaron/Thornfinn.
Yeah, basically. Like, Luffy is perfect the way he is inside of his show. Perfect.
And even
So is Thornton probably, and I haven't even watched Vinland.
oh, Thornfinn does not start perfect.
But I mean, to be fair, neither did Aaron. But
No, I would say Aaron starts more perfect than Thornfinn does because Aaron has that clear-cut ambition that is a long-lasting ambition.
right,
Thornfinn's is a very, very short, minute goal and ambition to get to, and when that's taken away from him, it's like everything in the world just destroyed. Like, think of everything important to you just gone
right.
in an instant. How would you feel in that moment? You feel empty. You feel like you're nothing but a husk. And then add on the emotional and the PTSD of everything you did in a Viking sense. Like, all the killing you did.
Right. So yeah, if I had to pick, it'd probably between those two. Luffy, under.
Next up, we have Best Director. So, directors for this one, we have Shota Goshono from JJK. We have Kirichiro Saito from Bocchi the Rock. Ryu Nakayama from Chainsaw Man. Daisuke Hiramaki from Oshinoko. Hirotaka Mori from Heavenly Delusion. And Yuichiro Hayashi from AOT. Sage, go ahead and take it away for Best Director.
Personally, I'm not upset. AOT. I'm gonna I vote like the.
Yuichiro?
Yeah,
Okay.
believe did a very good job for AOT. But Shibuya,
I think no matter what, it's for me, the way I see it, it's
it's
between
gonna be
one of the Mappa directors, no matter what.
yeah.
And mainly because of what intense pressure they were under.
Yep.
Like, don't get me wrong, the other three directors killed it too. Like, all 6 of these directors definitely deserve to be nominated.
Oh yeah, they deserve to be where they're at.
Do I think
They
the
deserve to be
director
nominated.
of Bleach should have been here over Bocchi's and Oshinoko's? Yes. But those two directors still did an outstanding job for their series.
100%.
Taco,
Yes, sir.
what director do you think should have
You
won?
really got. You really asked for that? Yeah, I thought. I mean, it's gonna sound repetitive. I would have loved to see Attack on Titan win. I understand why they win, yeah. So I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not. I can't be mad. As much as I would have loved to see them just win everything, I understand.
Yeah. And
Shibuya was nuts.
like I mentioned, no matter what, a MAPPA director was going to win this.
100%. I think, honestly, I think it came down between those two.
Yeah.
No question.
Now, the only reason I throw Ryu Nakayama up there is because of how much pressure MAPPA puts their workers under.
Agreed. It's an insane amount, especially with they had what were they all doing at the time? JJK, AOT,
JJK, AOT, Vinland Saga.
One Punch Man?
No, they didn't start that yet.
Okay.
When,
That's recent, right?
When JJK was airing, that's when they started the pre-production of One Punch. And Chainsaw Man, the movie that's coming out this year.
Jeez, they do not stop.
They also had Hell's Paradise. Pretty much it was
Rob?
JJK, Hell's Paradise, AOT, and Chainsaw Man. They were working on at the same, and Vinland Saga. They were working on all at the same time, basically.
Props to Mappa.
Yeah.
Like
Not props to MAPPA, props to their animators and their directors.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna remember their names. I know what studio they are.
Yeah.
Where they're from. Props to them, because holy hell. Every show they did looked incredible.
Yeah. And even people were saying like Hell's Paradise got the backseat treatment to Vinland Saga, or like certain shows got the backseat treatment to other shows, and it's like, no, those were the teams that were working on them. They didn't get backseat budget treatments. Yeah, Hell's Paradise didn't have these insane, outlandish fights because there was only one really big battle in the first season of Hell's Paradise.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be like JJK Season 2 or AOT. And Chainsaw Man and Vinland, I mean, Chainsaw Man had a lot more fights than Vinland, but they weren't as high intensity and high impact as JJK or AOT. So, of course, they're not going to look as great. Of course, they're not going to get as big of a budget because they don't have to worry about those big, intense moments. And that's what I think some people didn't understand.
Agreed.
But yeah, I have no problem with Shoto winning. Like I said, it was
Not at all.
between the three of them. Any one of the three of them could have won, and I would not have had a problem.
Agreed.
Cope?
そうだな。そうかもな!
And believe it or not, Tony voted for Ichiro Hayashi, the director of AOT.
I know. I was dumbfounded.
I think that's the only AOT vote he made.
Yeah, it's the only one he gave me. And I'll take it to the grave.
Yeah, that's the only AOT vote he made.
Hey, we take those.
So, unanimously here on the podcast, JJK, Chainsaw Man, or AOT directors could have won for us. Next up, we have Best Anime Song, which I think this was a clear-in, no questions asked winner when we were doing the voting. This song broke records on Spotify for anime songs when it came out. And of course, it's E.S.T, who always kill it in all of their music. And the best part about the way E.S.T does it is it's not just a song taken from their catalog. And it's been happening a lot more recently, where anime openings and endings are actually being written for the anime is going to be an opening or ending for. And I feel like Yosobi was the front runner in doing that, because they did it with Beastars back in 2018 or something, 2020, whenever Beastars' first seasons happened. But the nominations for this was Idol by Yosobi, Suzume by Radwimps, which they always killed in all their music as well. Work by Millennium Parade. Seishun Complex by Kisoku Band, which is the name of the band in the show. Where Our Blue Is by Tatsuya Kitani. And Kickback by Kenshi Yonezu. So, Cope, go ahead and take it away. And what one how you feel about it?
I think we were talking between JJK and Chainsaw Man, which sadly is on the lower end here.
I don't think these are
What?
lined up the way that the votes were. 'Cause I don't
Are
think
you sure?
I don't think it's lined up that way. Because they don't have, like, the vote
They don't
numbers
have
or
a
anything.
map or anything.
No. I think this is just how the nominees got laid out. I don't think this is their actual, like, rankings.
I've been looking at it as like rankings, but okay.
No, I've never seen them actually, like, rank them outside of who the
Because
winner
every
was.
single time, like right where
Because
Idol is, has been like the pick, like the winner.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is laid out like that. Which then makes no sense on why AOTs would have gotten last place for director. I don't know. Maybe they have a set place for the winner and the rest are just laid out randomly. I don't know. I haven't been looking at it like that.
But between 3 out of the 6, honestly, Where Our Blue Is, Kickback, and Work. Couldn't have gone wrong, really.
Okay.
My vote was for Where Our Blue Is, because,
Yeah. I think if Special was there,
She's in about 4 months.
yeah.
I don't think Special would have beaten Idol, but it definitely would have been close, I think. Sage.
Sir?
What are your thoughts?
I personally want to wear a blues because I like JJK, but I completely understand.
Okay.
So yeah, I haven't really listened to much of these. Don't really have much to say about it.
All
So
of these songs are in my playlist.
that's fair. As I say, Wear Blues is definitely mine. And my like songs on Spotify.
Yeah, if you're part of our Discord, and if you're not, make sure you click the link to join our Discord. When the Spotify Wrapped came out, we all gave our things for Spotify Wrapped, and I think like my whole top 5 was like J-pop, J-rock, anime rap, anime metal, like all that stuff. So that shows what I listen to mainly. I do listen to like a lot of freaking genres, and I have a huge variety in my playlist. Like, show me another person's playlist that goes from J-pop and metal to freaking country music.
I could find one probably on my old Spotify.
Taco, what are your thoughts?
Okay. Me and you talked about this a long time ago. I don't know if you remember. We talked about this.
Under the Tree.
Under the Tree.
Yeah.
Under the Tree. That's all I have to say. That should have been on there.
And that was from the first special, too, because Red was the second special.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Tree should have been nominated.
I listened to those 3 songs in order of their releases, like The Rumbling, Under the Tree, Red.
Then popped off.
Under the Tree, and the cool thing is that each song is for one of the main trio. The Rumbling is for Aaron. Under the Tree, which is the only song with Japanese out of the 3, is for Mikasa, and then Red is for Armin.
Yep.
It is a beautiful work of Sim.
Yep.
It was beautiful works by Sim.
Under the Tree should have been there.
For me, I think Suzume should have gotten it. Mainly
Fair.
because if anyone's listened to anything by Radwimps, every single one of their songs, they're not hard hitting like Sim. They're not in your face like Work and Where Our Blue Is and Kickback, and they're not poppy like Szechuan Complex and Idol. They're more classical, I would say.
fair.
They're the ones that have what the hell? For some reason we disconnected. This hasn't happened in a long time.
Bringing back the callbacks.
Hello, YouTube. Apologies. Not much I can do. I just gotta wait for it to reconnect. There we go. And we are back. Apologies for that. But they did all the music for Suzume. They did the music for Your Name. They did the music for Weathering with You, and several other big name movies. And it's a full roller coaster of emotions. And some of their songs, like if you watch, say you watch like Your Name, and then you go listen to Zansenso, I believe is the name of the song. It starts to like, it does it for me and several other people I know. It actually, like, just listening to the song after knowing the contents of the movie, it just hits and it just cuts your heart in half the way the song goes. And they do all their music in English and Japanese. So they have two separate releases, the Japanese version and the English version. So I think Suzume should have won. Tony's vote was for Work from Hell's Paradise. So if it was up to us, Where Our Blue Is would have been the winner.
It's a good one.
It's not bad. It's not as good as Special, though.
No, Special was so good.
Now we move into Best Film, which we had Suzume, Kaguya-sama Love is War, The First Kiss Never Ends, Psycho-Pass, Providence, Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King, Blue Giant, and The First Slam Dunk. Taco, go ahead and take it away.
Black Clover. All right. Enough said.
You do. I'm so surprised that Black Clover wasn't higher on your top 16.
Okay. I love Black Clover. I do. There's parts of it I'm just like, really?
The elf arc.
Yeah, I wish
like-
it did a little bit better.
I feel like it was way too dragged out.
But, oh my, did they make up for it?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh my.
I think I'm in the Heart Kingdom right now in the manga.
Trust me.
No,
You will know.
I've watched all the way to the
when you
start
get
of the
there.
Spade arc, where the anime goes to.
Say, you will know when you get there.
Oh, I know,
And
because I'll
when
know
you
when
do-
I'll know when I start to see chapters that that haven't been adapted yet.
Like, when you get to the famous part where I was like, oh my fucking god, this is really happening.
What is that? 316.
Yeah.
See, I
You are
remember.
going to freak out.
As whenever I get there, I gotta catch up with Freyren, because all the chapters are finally backlogged on Viz, and I want to catch up to that. Because Volume 10 literally had me, like, no joke, bawling my eyes out And Comey can't communicate. They just finished backlogging those chapters, so I got to get caught up on that. And then I'll probably either finish catching up with Oshinoko or start getting back into Black Clover, catching up on that.
But continuing off the Black Clover point, it probably helped that I got to see animated Black Clover for the first time in, like, I don't know, 4 years or whatever it's been.
Yeah. And people are saying, I remember people saying, like, oh, it got canceled. Bleach made Black Clover get canceled. I'm like, no. Black Clover is having the same thing that Bleach had, where it got put on a hiatus.
Hopefully it's not as long.
I think the reason Bleach's was as long as it was because of the popularity Black Clover had.
Probably.
That's why I think, because Bleach's manga ended in 2016.
Okay.
And it was another 4 years after that when the anime finally came back.
Gotcha.
Now, granted, when the manga ended, the anime was greenlit. And then, I believe 2018 they started production. No, 2020 they started production. Because 2022 was when it came out.
Okay. But I think it really helped me picking Black Clover, seeing it again. I'm in a long time.
Yeah.
And the fact the movie was so good.
Yeah. Sage, what are your thoughts?
I wanted Black Clover to win this one, but I understand why Suzume did win. I think I said that right.
Yeah. Susan.
I've heard so much like good stuff about it. So many good reviews.
If you like supernatural stuff,
it's definitely up the alley.
This film is what is for you. And even
I definitely want to give it a shot.
Yeah, even Your Name, which I know is like, for a lot of people, they see it and they're like, oh, it's a romance movie. I'm like, it's a romance supernatural. Like it is, and so is Weathering with You.
Okay.
They're all done by Comics Wave Films. And the animation is like, people think Demon Slayer's animation is beautiful. Mappa's animation is beautiful. Newer One Piece animation is beautiful. Y'all haven't seen Comics animation yet. That is truly a spectacle.
That is fair. I heard that was definitely one thing a lot of people were liking with Suzume was the animation to it.
Yeah. Cope, what are your thoughts?
Probably gonna side with Taco on this.
Black Clover.
Black Clover, yeah. But also will agree a little with Sage. I mean, it's understandable with Suzume.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I also heard a few good things about it. Am I going to watch it? Probably not. But
probably not, but I do highly recommend it.
Like I said, a lot of people say a lot of good things about it. It has been recommended multiple times. But like I said, am I going to watch it? Probably not. It's just not my style. I'm more into, as you see, like Black Clover, Bleach,
Yeah.
One Piece, Naruto, shit like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Tony also voted for Suzume, and I have if it wasn't noticeable by how I was praising Suzume, I have no qualms with Suzume. I love the movie. I saw it in theaters, which I think made the experience 10 times more better. 10 times more better. Wow. Proper grammar much.
More better or
but with that said, if it was up to us for the winner, Black Clover would have won. Next, we have Best Score. Which, this one, I understand why AOT won. AOT has always had a good OST. I don't understand why the king of anime OSTs isn't here, Bleach. Like when you're talking about a score from an anime, and people who have seen Bleach, know Bleach has one of the best scores out of any anime.
Bleach is very good
Like you have
at OSTs.
just naming four scores compete with other series' entire scores. Number 1, On the Precipice of Defeat, Treachery, and Invasion. So, not seeing Bleach here was kind of a letdown, and Bleach did not get any love this year. But out of these nominations here, I believe Suzume should have won. Mainly because the score on that was beautiful. And the other ones I would put, like I said, AOT's is a good score, but I would still put 2 others above it, and that would be Bocchi the Rock and Ochi no Ko, because they are music-based animes. It means their scores are more filled out, and their scores are pretty much the entire series, which makes it all the much better, in my opinion. Ko, your thoughts?
I mean, I don't know. I know I voted for AOT, but it was kind of like a toss-up between Chainsaw Man and AOT, and Demon Slayer.
I feel like Demon Slayer's score in Swordsmith Village was weaker than Mugen Train Entertainment District in the first season.
Yeah, but I mean, can't go wrong with AOT really. It just altogether AOT is obviously better than Demon Slayer, which just blows that out of the water, minus animation, because that's what Demon Slayer's well known for.
Yep. If they did not have UFO Table, this series would not be as big as it is.
Right.
And before
Chainsaw
people
Man, on
start
the other
saying
hand-
crap, I've read the entire manga. So I know for a fact that without the animation, it wouldn't be anything.
Yeah. But for Chainsaw Man, on the other hand, it's kind of just like the best of both sides, really.
Okay.
So, but AOT kind of called it there. Can't go wrong with AOT. It is what it should be. So,
All right, Sage.
If I remember right, I voted for Demon Slayer on this one.
It was
But
either Demon Slayer or AOT you voted for.
Yeah, it was definitely one or the other. But I'm pressing that I originally voted for Demon Slayer. But I can't argue with really AOT winning because it's AOT.
Yeah.
And yeah, if I say one thing bad about it, I'll have the angry man behind me getting all mad.
Talk shit on my show.
But I'll definitely say it definitely deserves its seat.
Speaking of the Jaegerist, what's your thoughts?
That's me. There is no thoughts, man. It's the best score. I mean, the music behind AOT and everything they do is usually perfect.
Yeah, I don't deny that at all.
It's like perfect, like every time.
Tony voted for Bocchi the Rock, so if it was up to us, there'd be no change in winners. Now, best ending, we have Akari from Jujutsu Kaisen, and this is the hidden inventory ending, which I believe more than words was a better ending, mainly because of the emotional impact that it had. to anyone who actually watched the ending fully through, if you pay attention, you'll notice that Nabara is almost non-existent in the ending, and it is a foreshadowing to what happened to her in the season. So I feel like that was extremely, for people who were in the know, who read the manga, it was like, it kind of hurt every time that the ending came on. But that's just personal preference. We also have Happiness of the Dead from Zom 100, Koei Kagare from Demon Slayer Swordsmith Village, Color from Spy Family, Hobatari Nyoko Senti, or the second of 12 endings for Chainsaw Man, and Mephisto for Oshinoko. Taco, go ahead, take it away.
I'm okay with JJK winning. I'm okay with it. I think there was better ones. If I remember correctly, I think I voted for. Can't remember, but I'm okay with JJK winning.
Okay. Sage?
I have no argument with JJK winning, honestly.
Okay.
I think Demon Slayer would have fought, but
Okay. Cope?
Did I vote JJK for this one?
You voted for Demon Slayer.
I did vote for Demon Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you did. You did vote for Demon Slayer.
I mean, either way. I still take this as a win. Okay.
Okay.
We know.
Tony also voted for Akari from JJK. Me personally, I believe Mephisto was the best one, mainly because of the twin perspective that the opening and ending played, because there are two plot lines in Oshinoko. You have the want to follow my mother's footstep idol plot line of Ruby, and you have the revenge, find and kill my dad plot line of Aquamarine. The opening, Idol by Yosobi, was more along the lines of I and Ruby, and then Mephisto by Queen Bee was along the lines of Ruby's character. So I felt like that combination really made me like Mephisto even more, and the song itself is just insanely good.
You're telling me you voted for evil Doctor Strange? Please tell me you get it.
I get it. I know who Mephisto is.
Good.
I thought you were going to make a Blue Exorcist joke at first, though.
Well, I've never watched Blue Exorcist. So.
When you watch Blue Exorcist, Mephistopheles. You're going to love Mephistopheles.
You said Mephisto, I thought of, Doctor Strange.
Yeah. But you'll love Mephistopheles from
Okay, noted.
Blue Exorcist.
I will write that down.
With that said, Akari would still win if it was up to us. Next, for best opening sequence, we have Where Our Blue Is, Kickback, Song of the Dead, Idol, Innocent Arrogance, and Work. So JJK, Chainsaw Man, Zom 100, Oshinoko, Heavenly Delusion, and Hell's Paradise. For me personally, I believe Innocent Arrogance should have won. Now, I know that sounds bad after what I just said about Idol previously. But Innocent Arrogance was this... It felt unique as an anime opening. It felt completely out of the norm of what anime openings normally are. And it intrigued me, and I fell in love with the song. If I was going on a funny aspect, Song of the Dead would 100% get it. Which is funny because it's done by Kanaboom, who does one of the most popular Naruto openings of all time.
Silhouette!
Yep.
The song goes hard.
One of the most overplayed Naruto openings as well.
So good.
Dude, I can't listen to Silhouette anymore. That's how
Ridiculous.
overplayed it. Same with AOT's first and third openings as well. I can't listen to them anymore.
Nah, they go hard.
And it's the same with
Oh.
Bluebird.
Bluebird also. I remember. Cope can tell you this. I used to torture that man with this song.
That song.
Same with Sage.
The only time
Bluebird,
I can tolerate
every time.
only time I can tolerate Bluebird anymore is in the contrast version that he does. He does a Naruto freestyle and he uses Bluebird as the sample.
But Silhouette. Every time I think of like Silhouette, I always picture the intro, like the thing behind it, and it's Naruto running. It's all the different versions of him. I'm like, it's probably the best one that Naruto has.
Yeah, for me, innocent
Every time.
arrogance was the one that I chose. Cope. Your thoughts?
I think I voted for Where Our Blue Is.
Yes, you did.
So I went back to back on Where Our Blue Is.
Indeed, you did. Sage.
Yeah, I honestly don't got an argument for this one.
All right.
I'm happy JJK won this one again. Where
Top.
Blue is.
Taco.
I went JJK on this one too.
All right. And Tony
So I'm
went
pretty happy.
Work from Hell's Paradise. So if it was up to us, no change. Next we
Work
have
is a good one though.
it is. Next we have Best Continuing Series. Do we even need to cover this one?
Not at all.
Cope?
We all know Will's gonna get it.
No, we already
We
voted
already
One
knew
Piece.
when the nomination happened.
Yeah. This one's pretty unanimous. We all voted for One Piece. There's no question about it. You can't put a show that's been going on for 23 years and expect it to lose Best Continuing Series.
Facts.
You just can't. No matter how good any of these other ones were, which 3 out of the other 5 definitely deserve to be here. 4 out of the other 5. Spy Family, I really don't think should have been here because it is still season 1 that is being nominated. My Hero or Bleach, actually Bleach should have been on here. And honestly, you could probably remove Demon Slayer for My Hero. But even if you add in Bleach and My Hero, it's still no contest for this one.
Not at all.
For Best Slice of Life, this is another category that you guys aren't too well informed on. We had Bocchi the Rock, My Love Story with Yamada-kun, Insomniacs After School, Horimiya The Missing Pieces, Do It Yourself, and Skip and Loafer. Taco, go ahead and take it away.
I think I went to I can't remember who I voted for.
And I don't have yours marked down, so I don't remember.
So I can't remember who I voted for. It might have been.
You might have doubled down on Skip and Loafer.
I think I did, just because I thought it was funny. Yeah, that sounds like me.
Okay. Sage?
I believe that this is the one that I voted for Insomniacs After School. Because I remember voting for one of these.
It might have been this one then.
I believe it is.
Okay.
But from what you said for Bocchi the Rock, I understand.
Alright. Cope?
I think I went Insomniacs After School, correct? Or no?
Nope, you
I think I
went
went Bocchi.
you went Bocchi to Rock for this one.
Yeah. I got it right. Woo!
Me and Tony also voted for Bocchi to Rock, so I have no complaints on this one at all. And unanimously, if it was up to us, no change again.
Yay.
I think when it comes to our collective vote totals, we match up with a lot of these. And it's going to continue again for best art direction. I don't think we need to discuss this one either.
No, I already mentioned this earlier.
Yeah,
That
Demon Slayer winning
Yeah.
best art direction. That was a no contest. The only ones that were even a contest for it was Oshinoko and Zom 100. And the reason I don't include JJK is because it's darker and you get that Mappa dark where it's like really freaking dark on the screen. And you get that in Chainsaw Man and Hell's Paradise as well. And then you have Oshinoko and Zom 100, which is just a splash of all these different colors and artistical features in it. And it's funny saying artistical features for a zombie anime, but it's there. So those were the three frontrunners, but I don't think any of us were concerned about Demon Slayer losing.
no, rightfully deserved.
And I think, if I'm correct, no, Tony voted for Hell's Paradise.
He was really committed to Hell's Paradise.
He had the most votes for Hell's Paradise, without a doubt.
Oh yeah.
But either way, there'd be no change if it was up to us.
No.
Now we're getting into the final 6 categories here. Which first up, we have Best Cinematography, which I'm going to start off on this one because the way I view cinematography, I don't think a lot of people actually view it that way. The way I view cinematography is landscapes, the scenery, and the general surroundings and how that looks. In that regard, there's really 2 frontrunners for this category, and that is AOT and Vinland Saga. And I believe Vinland Saga really pulled away with it over AOT when it comes to the cinematography and all that. That's how I feel on it, and that's mainly due to the setting that the second season takes place in. Cope, go ahead and take it away.
Well, as always, I voted for JJK. But I mean, you couldn't have gone wrong with AOT or Demon Slayer. Vinland Saga, yeah, it was okay. But, yeah.
Okay. Sage?
The 3 I would have given it to would have been definitely JJK as it, one. But JJK, Demon Slayer, and AOT. I would have much rather seen Demon Slayer personally,
Okay.
but I understand with JJK's winning. But I would definitely gave a solid third to AOT.
For this arc of Demon Slayer, the reason why I didn't give it any mention for the cinematography is because they're in a small little village and a part of the woods. That's really where that season takes place. Give me season 1, Mugen Trainer Entertainment District. Hands down, that's going to be up there for cinematography. I felt this season of Demon Slayer was more contained in a set location instead of more sprawling.
Small little village.
Yeah. And that's my issue with the JJK. It's pretty much all in Shibuya.
And half of it's in like a subway system.
Yeah. Heavenly Delusion, they go across the country. So that one I would put being up there. But I don't put it near AOT or Vinland Saga because it's a post-apocalyptic Tokyo or post-apocalyptic Japan. And Chainsaw Man is in Tokyo. So that's why I feel like AOT is its own unique world, which gives it points for the cinematography. And Vinland Saga it's Europe. It's 11th century Europe and Scandinavia, which I always think looks beautiful. in that regards. And the way Mappa pulled it off in the second season was absolutely beautiful. Sage. Or not Sage, Taco.
I 100% agree with you. I don't think JJK should have won. It's not to call anything in JJK basic, but it was kind of basic setting.
It's just, it's the location of that season.
It's just, I mean, like, and that's not.
Now,
it's not anyone's fault. In reality, but
no, it's just where it
basic
happened to
setting
take
in
place.
reality. Exactly.
Now,
like
with JJK, once the calling games come out in the anime format, 100% I will back that for cinematography, because for the main simple fact that takes place all over Japan.
See, that's cool. I didn't even know that. That's cool.
Yeah, and that's not really spoiling much. It's just you're all over Japan instead of just Tokyo and Kyoto.
Yeah.
Because in season 1 they had that little bit in Kyoto.
Right. But yeah, I think AOT should have won this by a landslide.
Yeah, and
either AOT or Vinland.
Yeah.
AOT is literally its like own world in this rural world. That's
reminds
giants.
me, like, the island of Paradis reminds me of like a Scandinavian area.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have Marley, which to me it feels like you're going from like Scotland or Iceland down to London, basically.
How I kind of looked at it, it's like time traveling.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's basically you're going from
jumping
Nordic Viking era Iceland and Scotland down to colonial era to industrial era London.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And the jump is insane. And that just, it's nuts. Like, they did the differences in Marley and Paradis so well, and they made it look so good.
Yeah. Rare praise to AOT from me today.
I'm so happy.
I believe Tony also voted for Vinland. Yes. So, in a unanimous decision, or it's not really unanimous because we had different viewpoints, but if it was up to us, it'd be between AOT and Vinland, pretty much. Moving into Best New Series. This one, I don't understand how it won with the amount of backlash it got. And the way the Blu-ray sales went. So for the nominations for Best New Series, we had Chainsaw Man, Hell's Paradise, Heavenly Delusion, Oshinoko, Bochi Rock, and Zom 100. Taco, go ahead and take it away.
I don't think it's gonna win. I'm just gonna keep it pretty bland. I don't think it should have won.
Which one do you think should have?
I preferred Zom.
Zom?
Yep.
Okay. Sage?
I personally wasn't interested in Chainsaw Man. I do eventually feel like I do want to go give it a second attempt at watching it.
It's
for the first time.
It's not bad. A lot of the backlash that it received was because the way the animation looked, it's like a mix between 3D and 2D. And a lot of people got upset with that. But if you actually go and read and look at the manga panels, that's how Tatsuki Fujimoto draws it.
Okay.
So it received backlash because of the way it was animated by Mappa, and Mappa didn't do a bad job in adapting it. And a lot of people were concerned, like, is the series actually going to continue because of how bad the Blu-ray sales were? But the manga sales are still up. Like, the manga sales haven't tanked at all, so that's why it's actually getting a movie for the next arc.
Which is good.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But
oh, you still got more?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, but originally I wanted I think I wanted Hell's Paradise to win originally.
Hell's Paradise?
Yeah.
Cope?
Well, I voted Chainsaw Man, and as you see, it won. Um, but also I was like second guessing with Hell's Paradise. So I mean,
I like the cause seizures.
I don't know. They're kind of both along the lines with each other. So I mean, couldn't go wrong either or. I mean, I'm not disappointed, but I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Can't really explain much.
Um,
It's
yeah,
not like I'm disappointed or anything.
I see what you mean. They both have like a similar type of vibe, just one's in the Edo era and one's in present day.
Right, right.
For me, I believe Heavenly Delusion should have won. That's what I voted for. Heavenly Delusion, it blew me away. Like, I saw when the first episode dropped, I wasn't even planning to watch it. I was over Tony's, and we went on Hulu to watch. I can't remember what we were gonna watch, but we went on Hulu to watch something, and it was on the main screen. Heavenly Delusion was on there as Tengoku Daimako, and I was like, huh. So we read the synopsis on it on Hulu, and I'm like, I'm gonna give that a watch. And when I tell you, I was getting hints of like future diary with the way some of the twists and turns of the story went. It just kept me hooked with every episode. It felt like how One Piece and Bleach and Solo Leveling feel, where it's like I'm excited for that next episode to come out. That's how it was watching that. And Tony voted for Hell's Paradise. So if it was up to us, Hell's Paradise would have won. Next for Best Animation. Do we need to... I don't think we need to say anything for this one. I think the proper series won for Best Animation.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, and I think that's even what Tony voted for. Yeah. Tony also voted for Demon Slayer. No change here. This is another, like, no question. Like, best continuing
pretty good at
series.
that.
Yeah. Coming into the final 3 awards, we have Best Character Design, which we have Sayaka Koiso and Tadashi Hiramatsu for JJK, Akira Matsushima for Demon Slayer, Kana Hirayama for Oshinoko, Kazutaka Sugiyama for Chainsaw Man, Koji Hisaki for Hell's Paradise, and Koji Taijima for Trigun Stampede. Taco, go ahead and take it away.
I went with Trigun on this one.
Trigun?
I thought it really deserved it the way they did, and they made all the like Vash look, and everyone looked. They looked so good.
And they killed it with the 3D CGI in that too.
They were the first ones who actually got it right.
I know. It oh my god. When I was watching the first episode of that as a previous Trigun fan, I was kind of nervous, but then after seeing how beautiful the animation looked and the opening, I was like, oh my god, how did they do this? And I believe it was Studio Orange that did it. Yeah, Studio Orange.
So it proves if a studio could do it, looked really good.
Yeah. I can't remember who the studio was that did Berserk 2016, but they should take some notes. They should take some notes. Sage, how do you feel?
He'll be back in a second.
Okay. Cope.
I voted for JJK. It honestly, it was a mixture between, I'd say, either Hell's Paradise, in JJK with character design. Also with a little bit of Chainsaw Man. I had a glimpse. I was like, yeah, let's go Chainsaw Man. But then, I'm biased to JJK, so that's why I voted JJK. So,
Okay. My vote was for Trigun as well. And one, it was because what I previously stated on how they made 3D CGI look beautiful, which is more in regards to the animation and the character design. But for the character design itself, they redesigned the characters. Like, if you look at OG Vash and you look at Stampede Vash, you can see there's clearly differences between them, and it's like that for the entire cast. And this is no offense to the character design team at the animation studios whatsoever, but they have a leg up because they take the design of the character from the manga and translate it to the anime. Sometimes they'll make tweaks to the character's design here and there. You see that in One Piece a lot, and in Bleach Thousand Year Blood War, we're seeing that even more. But then you go into Koji Tajima, and every character is completely redesigned, which I think proves how good that his character design was for Trigun Stampede. I feel like Trigun Stampede should have won that solely based off of that. Tony's vote was for, let me find, there it is, Oshinoko. So Tony voted for Oshinoko, so we're just waiting on Sage for his opinion on this.
I came back halfway through Rocco. But I definitely agree with you with wanting I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. The guy for Trigun.
Koji
for
Tajima.
character design.
Yeah.
Yes.
Koji,
What you just said.
Koji
Koji
Jima.
Tajima.
Jima.
Okay. I mean, I'm learning words.
And win pajamas.
But I definitely agree with you. Trigun should have got this one because the redesign.
Yeah, and it's not like a subtle redesign. Like, it's boom in your face.
Like you can see it, and it's not a bad redesign at all either.
Is it kind of a disappointment that Vash's hair isn't basic anime protagonist sticking up?
Yes.
Yeah, but it kind of gets you away from that. It gets you away from that like norm. Like every freaking protagonist is spiky haired, and we lost Cope again. And he's back.
Back like he never left.
I'm trying to think right now of a single anime protagonist that doesn't have some sort of like spiky hair, like unnaturally spiky hair. I guess Tanjiro maybe.
Luffy.
Yeah, Luffy's is more flat. And I mean the Saiyans have an excuse in Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Because their hair doesn't change.
Midoriya.
No, his is spiky.
Is it?
His is spiky.
Okay, fine. I'll give you one. He's not a protagonist. I'll give you Shigaraki.
Yeah, his is more flat. And I just thought of one, and I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised you didn't say it, Taco. Aaron.
Yeah, I could have said.
He's got a flat cut, and Mob.
I've been on.
Mob from Mob Psycho has a bowl cut.
Oh yeah, I know has the best haircut. Saitama.
And then there's Bobo.
Sure.
He's just got an afro.
The best afro goes to Brooke.
Brooke, yeah. Oh, you sure it's not Afro
Brooke,
Samurai? Taco. Did we lose Taco?
He got a phone call.
So
he's going to be MIA for a couple of seconds.
Yeah. I just rubbing it in about Afro Samurai. Brooks Afro is great.
Yeah.
But is it wavy like Afro Samurai's? Either way,
No, but I will say, hey, Luffy has the better afro. That's all I'm saying.
Afro Luffy.
Just a goat. That's the only thing redeeming about that entire Foxy Pirate. That's the only thing good about the entire.
So you missed it completely then.
What?
So the actual most important takeaway from the Long Ring Longland arc is the dynamic between Zoro and Sanji.
Oh no, I got that, but I'm just
Yeah.
like, anytime I think about that, I just think of Foxy and the slow beam.
No, when I think about Foxy and the Slow Beam, I think of Amazon Lily.
That's fair. It's just
Love beam. Oh no, slow beam. Oh.
yeah.
Eh?
Oh, it, just Foxy entirely. Just. But Taco is back.
All right. Hey Taco, you forgot about Afro Samurai.
Yeah, I could have said Sengoku with him in his golden afro.
Yeah, Buddha form Sengoku. Ah.
Hey, no, the only reason why I say Brooke with the afro is one, he said you may take the hat, but do not touch the afro.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the only thing of his living flesh that remains.
What's that afro? We gotta go, Brooke. That's
Either
the
way,
afro.
if it was up to us, Koji Tajima and the character designer Trigun Stampede would have won this. Going on to best original anime. So these are animes without a manga influence. We have Buddy Daddies, Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury, Do It Yourself, Akiba Maid War, Birdie Wing Girls Golf Story, or Golf Girl Story, and the Marginal Service. Cool, go ahead and take it away.
Did I go Buddy Daddy's with?
Let me check. No, you went Gundam.
Gundam.
You went Witch
I
from
did.
Mercury.
But
I don't even
mean,
know what timeline that's in for Gundam.
I have no idea.
They have too many timelines.
They have more timelines than Steins Gate.
You can almost argue Fate.
Well, no, Fate is technically on a singular timeline.
Oh, all over the place though.
It is because of the summoning from historical eras and all that.
Fair enough. Didn't know that.
It's stated in Zero.
It's been a long time since I watched Zero.
Yeah. But Steins Gate, literally the whole premise of the show Steins Gate is they're hopping timelines.
Fair enough.
Back to Cope. Voted for Gundam. Gundam didn't win. What are your thoughts?
I mean, Buddy Daddies wasn't a bad one either. So, I mean, I'm not upset about it. But, I don't know. I haven't watched Buddy Daddies. Honestly, I haven't watched any of these other than Mobile Suit Gundam.
I've only watched 2 of them.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hard area to debate, really.
Alright. Sage?
If I'm remembering right, I did vote for Buddy Daddies. So I'm quite content that it won.
Alright.
I haven't watched it, but still gives me a reason to go watch it.
Taco?
I voted for Gundam. I like Gundam. That's kind of about it, to be honest. But I'm glad. I'm okay with the winner though.
You like Gundam because there's the possibility that Gundam wasn't a thing, AOT might not have been.
That might be a helpful concept. I won't lie.
And Ava though.
Of course, can't forget Ava.
I feel AOT probably took more from Ava than Gundam. since the mechas in Ava are flesh mechas as well.
Say, can't go wrong with Ava.
Nah. Great philosophy-based story.
Agreed.
Tony voted for Buddy Daddies as well. I was torn between Buddy Daddies and Birdie Wing, mainly because Buddy Daddies was funny, but Birdie Wing, I think for me, I believe Birdie Wing should have won because they took golf and made it badass. And if you've seen Eve, the main protagonist of Birdie Wing, like, you think of a girl's golf story, you think of this probably preppy golf girl who's in a prestigious school. No, we got this backstreet girl who does illegal golfing to get money for an orphanage. That's our main protagonist. With that said, it's a tie between Buddy Daddies and Gundam for who would win if we were in charge. Now, y'all ready for the most controversial one?
And that being?
Anime of the year. No One Piece, no AOT, no Bleach.
It was quite a shocking event.
Very. So nominees for Anime of the Year. I'll start with the 3 that deserve to be there. Jujutsu Kaisen,
そうかもな
Oshinoko, and Vinland Saga. Now, might be wondering, why did I say Oshinoko over Demon Slayer? Well, for the main simple fact that yes, Demon Slayer is popular, but the streaming numbers of Oshinoko eclipsed the Swordsmith Village arc. Don't get me wrong, Bocchi Rock, Chainsaw Man, and Demon Slayer are all good in their own rights. Do I think they're better than the 3 that were left off of this list this past year? No. Especially when Crunchyroll themselves puts out an official statement on Twitter and on a newsletter on Crunchyroll News saying, and this was on December 23rd of 2023, literally like 2 weeks before the nominations got revealed. 2023 was the year of One Piece. Yet it wasn't the Anime of the Year. Now, out of the nominations, I have no gripes with what did end up winning, though. Cope?
All I gotta say is, I know this is the wrong anime, but this is just gonna suit.
This is my perfect victory! That's right! I win!
So yes, I agree with the winner being JJK.
Alright, if One Piece, Bleach, and AOT were on here, would you still have the same opinion?
Yeah.
Okay. Sage?
Personally, I'd much rather have AOT, not AOT, One Piece on here. But I can't be mad JJK won.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure I voted for JJK to win it.
I think we all voted for JJK out of the nominations.
Yeah, so we didn't help.
Well,
We did help with it.
out of the nominations, it is the best one.
Yeah.
But there were others that should have been nominated that would have beat it. And Taco?
It's one because One Piece should have had it. Hands down. As good as JJK was, One Piece should have had it. But
Surprised you didn't say AOT.
No, One Piece deserved it.
Yeah, when
They did.
when the
They did.
people when the company that hosts this awards literally says that it was the year of One Piece.
They had the live action. Gear 5 came out.
Live
They
action,
had
Gear 5, Sanji versus Queen, King versus Zoro, the manga
So
with
much.
Egghead.
They had so much.
So much going on. And yeah, the other medias contribute to it being One Piece's year. Yeah.
Sure.
But if you just had the anime alone still, like say the manga was on break for the entire year and it was just the anime, just the climax of the raid of Onigashima, it still would have been One Piece's year.
100%. If One Piece should have been nominated, if it was nominated, would have won.
Like, to bring it up, like, MUI broke Crunchyroll on the internet for when that episode aired.
It sure did.
One Piece broke Crunchyroll 6 weeks in a row with Gear 5th.
Yeah, I know. You know how hard it was to watch shit.
And not even Gear 5th, though. Not even those 6 episodes of Gear 5th. The climax of Zoro versus King, Crunchyroll went down. And the climax of Sanji versus Queen, Crunchyroll went down.
Sure did.
That's 8 crashes in 1 year, the most that any anime has ever done.
But I'm okay with JJK winning out of the nominations.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, it should have been One Piece.
Yeah. I think pretty much, other than Cope, everyone here is in agreement on that. And Tony did vote for JJK as well. So yeah, out of the nominations, no change. But if things were properly nominated, yeah, there'd definitely be a change.
Oh, facts.
So that's our review and opinion of the Anime Awards for 2023. This is a little bit longer of a wormhole, which we were kind of expecting it was going to be a longer wormhole due to the amount of categories that there are. If you stick with us this long, and if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you click all those links, follow our Twitters, join the Discord, check us out on YouTube if you're here on Twitch, and if you're on YouTube, check us out on Twitch. And grab yourself some Rogue Energy with the code TheMadness5 at checkout, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can use the referral link in the description below. And we don't have a sound bit for this particular thing we wanted to do for the next couple months yet. But does anyone else have any final words before I give the new send-off that we're going to do for a little bit?
Adios.
Suicidal. What's he want me to tell you? And now let's see.
Okay, he's dead. I'll just do it for him. As always, stay humble, get rumbled. And if you haven't yet, go get yourself some Rogue. Also, if you haven't seen our last episode, it was my top 16. Go give it a look. Much appreciated. Top 16 characters.
That's just trying to see if it's.
And tomorrow, if you're with us on Twitch, tomorrow we are be doing our Season 3 premiere of Fire Users. We changed up the way the brackets are run a little bit. We're going to have more debates about the votes. And we cut the bracket from 16 to 8 for the normal episodes. The finale will still be 16 characters because it will still be a 17-episode season. Hope to have you guys there. And if you're watching us on YouTube, that video went up yesterday. So go give it a watch. And for our special send-off for now, which I'll get on our soundboard master, Cope, about getting us a sound bit for it. Don't forget to send respects up to King Kai's planet. And don't forget, send that spirit energy Goku's way. hope y'all have a good night, and we will see you tomorrow.